hey, shalom, 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 family. Yahweh Shem Yahshua to my brothers, Yahweh Shem Yahshua to my sisters. Makawar, Mashpaka, what's up, family? What's going on? You know what time it is, you know what day it is. Friday, Friday, Friday. How do we get down to Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander Yahanna? Start out of Long West, 125th Street Hall, New York. It is the Lashawan Qadash class, the Hebrew class, or as we like to call it in Atlanta, Hebrews 101. You understand? Where we like to focus on the fundamentals and the basics of learning how to read the Hebrew text, how to read the Hebrew language. You understand? So that when we have to read for the Sabbath, read for a feast, read for the generals, or even read for our own pleasure, we got it covered. You understand? When we want to travel abroad, go all the way down south to Florida, go all the way back up north to New York and Brooklyn. We want to see our brothers in D.C., head across the country to Chicago, Texas, and Cali. You can rock with the big brothers. You understand? I got my right hand man with me today. Also, Yahanna in the building with me. Most High in Christ. All right, let's get to it. We got work. All right. Real quick, we got anybody on the conference call? No sweat. All right, so you know how we like to get down in Atlanta? We like to focus on the basics, the principles, the fundamentals, and where do we start? We start with the alphabet, if you will. Okay, our characters, symbols. You understand? We got 22. Count 22. You understand? So let's take it from the top. Make sure we got our pronunciations down pat. All right. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ha, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tza, kwa, ra, sha, fa. All right. Most High Christ. Good. Now we got our pronunciations down. Let's see if we can identify. Let's see if we can identify the shapes or the characters, if you will. All right. Take it from the top again. But this time, let's focus on the ancient or Paleo Hebrew. You understand? Take it from the top. Ah. All right. It's going to look like an English A on its side, if you will. Ba. Kind of looking like a fish looking. All right. Or you know what? Open safety pin. Open safety pin. Let's use that. All right. So ba in ancient Hebrew kind of looks like an open safety pin. Come. All right. Come. Most High Christ. So, like we somebody on the conference call real quick.
Shalom, Brother Christ. This is Dr. Lashawan checking in.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ says, good to hear from you. Most High Christ. All right. Yahweh Shema thought by Shem Yahshua. Almost. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. Hey, we're gonna build it. Don't worry. We'll do that again for class, just for you. No sweat. Hey, all right, princess, in the building. All right. Cool, man. Let's get back. Okay. We're doing our alphabet. You understand? But right now we're in the ancient Hebrew. You understand? Take it from the top once again. Ah. That looks like the English A. Ba looks like an open safety pin. Aha. Ga. Kind of like a little mountain in the background, if you will. Da. Triangle. Ha. And a backwards F. Backwards English F. Wa. Wishbone. Za. English Z. Easy enough. Ka. Strong pronunciation, you understand? Looks like a ladder or a fence. Ta, bullseye. Ya, sideways Z, the line in the middle. Think like a hand, okay? Kind of like a hand. Ka, softer pronunciation, half circle, triangle. La, easy to recognize. English L. Ma, W with the fish hook. Na, V with the fish hook. Right? Another safety pin, if you will. All right? Both sides first. Keep it going. Sa, sa. Flagpole or antenna. TV antenna. I, that's for the old school, if you're listening. You understand? I, and English O or number 0. Pa, pa. Think of like a mouth. Pa, pa. Right? Tazah. This definitely is the flagpole with the flag waving. You understand? Quad, mushroom, mushroom. Ra, the number 4. Shah, English W. Tha, lowercase t, falling down. We like to remember. We like to think of the Christian cross falling, Christianity falling. You understand? Most High Christ. All right. Let's continue on. This time we have our Hebrew in the Assyrian. Okay. Remember, a lot of times for this class, you will hear us focusing a lot on the Assyrian. Why? Because unfortunately, it is the most predominant text available. All right. Take from the top. Last time. Ah, cursive X. Ba, upside down J. Ga, clothes hanger. Da, T with the extra stretch. Ha, stone pillars with the space in between. Wa, kind of reminds us of the ancient God. All right. We have Za. Right. You can think of this maybe as a hammer or a cursive T in English. Okay. Then we have Ka. Remember, Ka, that strong pronunciation, stronger. You understand? Stable. Okay. Stable. Remember, this is just trying to give you little tips and tricks on recognizing the letters. Okay. Continuing on, Ta. Ta. It's going to kind of look like that horseshoe. Ya. One of the smallest letter in the Assyrian alphabet, if you will. It's going to kind of look like, remind you of the apostrophe mark. You understand? Then we have Ka. Ka. Now, in the Assyrian text, Ka is going to have that half circle. But also remember the Assyrian text that there are 5 letters that will change the shapes whenever they're at the end of the word, in the text. You understand? Okay, Ka being one of them. Ka will go from that half circle to kind of looking like your Da. You understand? With that stretch. But remember, the letter, we like to say, has the extended clip. Extended clip. All right. Continuing on, we have La. La. All right. Kind of looking like a question mark. All right. Here we have Ma. Ma. In the Assyrian text, Ma is going to go from that cowbell to a box whenever it's at the end of the text. All right. Cowbell, and then the box. All right. Then next we have Na. Na. Kind of reminding us of the Ka on its side, and it's also opening up. It's also opening up, okay? But when Na is at the end of the text, remember, it's going to look like the Wa. It's going to look like the Wa, but extended clip, okay? It's going to reach. Understand? Continuing on, we have Sa. Sa. Now, the Assyrian text, Sa and Ma can be confusing, but remember, Sa is going to have that extra crown. Sa is going to have that extra crown on his head. Understand? Continuing, we have I. I. Remind us of the English Y. All right. Then we have pa. Pa. All right. Kind of looks like that upside down G. Okay. Or maybe the number 9, if you will. And it's definitely going to look like that when it's at the end of the text. All right. With the extended clip. Then we have tazar. Okay. Now remember, in this ancient Hebrew, tazar was the flagpole with the waving flag. Tazar in the Assyrian is going to look like the crooked letter Y. All right? Crooked letter Y. But when it's at the end of the text, turn around and fly straight. All right? Then, second, we have qua. Qua is going to kind of look like our P. It's like it. P, but just a space in between. Okay? Or maybe you can say that qua can kind of remind you of a tomahawk. All right? It looks like a tomahawk. Right? Then we have ra. Ra. Right? It's going to look like a cane, if you will. And remember, canes have little curve appeal. You understand? It's going to have that curve appeal, right? So try not to misconfuse it with the da. Because remember, da is going to just reach straight. It's going to reach straight. Or ra has that hook to it. You understand, right? Cool things. Then we have sha. Sha in the Assyrian. Okay, remember now, the sha in the ancient looks like the English W. Sha in the Assyrian now goes to a pitchfork. Okay, it's like a pitchfork, fire emoji. Okay, or you want to go out on a limb and say the Capitals logo, Washington Capitals logo. All right, cool beans. And lastly, we have tha, tha in the category with ka and ha, but tha is on the limb. You understand? Tha has been injured. Okay. Got that crooked leg there, right? Bow-legged almost, if you will. You understand? Okay? Questions?
Khan, I want Salakia, if I may. I heard you say a few times if it appears at the end of a text.
Yes.
So if it's at the end of a word, the character is slightly different.
Yes, that is correct. That's correct. Okay,
Khan,
now
Khan.
this is what happens only in Assyrian.
Okay.
Only in Assyrian. Okay, so that just in case we can just go over this just real quick. Okay, so now here we have our English pronunciations.
Right.
Okay, then we have our ancient.
Right.
You understand? And then we have the Assyrian. Okay, but now here, like there are 5 letters that's going to change whenever they're at the end of the text.
Khan.
5 of them. Okay, it's going to be ka, ma, na, pa, and tazah. Okay, whenever those letters are at the end of the text or at the end of the word, they will change the shapes. Always. Always change their shapes. Okay?
Khan.
No sweat. Just in case you know what I'm saying, we will definitely show examples for a class there, alright? Most high in Christ. So now next, we said we're going to try to make this a staple of the class. Is that right, Officer Yahweh Dine? Going over our prefixes. Okay, going over our prefixes and suffixes, just for the fact that this will help us when we have to, this helps us as we read the text. Go understand. Okay. Oh, so before we do that, we did have a request from the sister online, so we can go over the sister's salute. Again, no sweat. So now, let's take that from the top. So, Hebrew greetings. All right, cool. Since we have the sister online, we will go ahead and start off with that for her. Okay, so now earlier, whenever we greet a sister, we greet her in Hebrew. Understand? This is what we're going to say. Okay? We're going to say Yahweh. That's right. Yahweh. Shamar.
Il-Adha.
All right. So go ahead. Ow. Thank you very much. Ow. Thank you very much. I want you to remember what you said with that, and we'll go over it. Okay? No sweat. No sweat. So, very good. Yahweh, Shamar, Al, Atha, Ba, Hashem. Very good. Very good. Hashem. Yahweh. Go ahead.
If I may, there would be also a great time to do one of those ending characters.
You know what? Yeah, absolutely right.
Go.
Absolutely right. All right. So, just real quick. Okay. So now, we just said for the sister. Let me put this up. It is for the sisters as well. Boom. It's for anybody who's tuning in a little late online. Okay. And yes, we did write it ironically because that's who we are. It's them. Most High Christ. Okay, so now we just said in Hebrew. We said Yahweh, Shamar, Al, Atha, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? So now, just okay, we'll just keep it moving. This is what we're saying in the Hebrew. Okay? We say the Most High watch. Okay? That's just one of the meanings for Shamar. You understand? To watch, to guard. Okay? Or even to keep as well. You understand? Okay? But in this context, may the Most High watch. Okay? Then we have I'll, which is over. Over, Atha, over you. Very good. Then we say Ba Hashem. Okay? But now this is, even though we use it as one word, we even write it out as one word. Alright? Still kind of broken up. Okay? Broken up. And we'll go over that when it comes to our prefixes and suffixes. Okay? Thank you very much. So now, again, so we have Yahweh, Shamar, Al-Athah, may the Most High watch over you. Okay? Watch this. Here we go. In the name. There we go. There we go. In the name of Christ. All right. So again, very good. So this is what we said online, especially for the sisters who just tuned in a few minutes ago. Okay, we said to them, and this is also what the sisters will say to us. Okay, this is what the sisters will say to the brothers. This is what the sisters will say to the sisters.
Come.
All right. Whenever they're speaking Hebrew, they want to do a salute. If they do not say Shalom, Lord Christ, and they want to go all out, this is what they're saying right here. Yahweh, Shamar, Al-Athah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? Very good, very good. Okay. We got that, sisters?
Salam, yes, we may.
Go ahead, absolutely.
We're ready to redeem ourselves.
In the building. Okay. Give the sisters a hand. All right, that's what we're talking about. Okay, well, hey, Shalom, Lord Christ says, Yahweh Shema Atah B'Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Salam, Yahweh, Shamar, Alpha, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai.
Absolutely. Give those sisters a hand. All right. Look at that. They say that read better than I can. In the building. Okay. Very good, sisters. Thank you very much.
Right.
All right. And I know my brothers already have it. Is that correct?
Con.
Okay, most High Christ. All right.
My problem was I was just reading it and not knowing how to say that. Al.
Okay.
Al.
Okay, so look. Let's go to that just real quick, okay? So now let's double back for our alphabet. So now you remember all our pronunciations, right? Okay. Don't worry. Glad you don't have this. We can we got a thing we can give you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So now, if you notice, all right, you heard a lot of the sound effects, right?
Right.
You hear a lot of ahs.
Right.
You hear a lot of ahs, and you also hear I. Okay.
And that one.
Thank you very much. You hear I. You hear ahs. Okay. So now there are no eh. There's no eh. There's no ohs or anything. There's no oohs either. Okay. So now when you hear people say like when they pronounce Christ's name and they say Yeshua, Yeshua and such. Now there's no U's in the text. Everything you see here, there are no U's. Okay. But what they're speaking is the Yish.
Right.
Understand? What they're speaking is the Yish. Okay. But what we have here is the actual language. Okay. We're doing our best to try to pronounce it and teach others how to read it. Okay.
Right.
Here, a trick to this also, like it's for a man above me who taught me, also Thumbion. He said, when you hear these pronunciations, what does it sound like? They sound like sheep. They sound like sheep. What do you hear? Ah, bah. You hear a lot of those. You hear a lot of those. Okay, but you don't hear any. You don't hear none of that. Okay, so just remember it. Okay. So now again, you hear somebody saying like the Yeshua, whatnot. None of that. None of that, okay? Even how when we teach with the shalom, he said there's no shalom. There's none of that. It's shalom. Okay? Most High in Christ. We'll get into that if need be as well. All right? Excellent. Questions so far? All right. Most High in Christ. Let's keep it going. So now, let's get to our prefixes and suffixes. And as you're learning this, I'm learning as well. Okay? Because I have to keep looking at my notes just so I can remember too. Right? So it's like that. So now, water for that. So now, make sure to put these in your notes. All right? So we have our prefixes. Okay, I'll move out the way so brothers and sisters can have time to write these down. All right? Now, so I'll just go ahead and speak these out. So our first prefix is going to be ah. It's going to be ah, and it will be for like I or I am. Okay? Then of course we have ba, which we just learned as a preposition, prefix if you will, means it's going to be for in some contexts. Okay? In.
So lock y'all one.
Yes.
While you writing that out, we were going over this last week in class.
Yes.
And I went home that night and listening into Sabbath service. Oh, great job on Sabbath service too. Learning the prefixes and the suffixes and going over repeatedly, and that helps out so much because I went back home and I started reading one of the Psalms just off of pure sight reading practice.
That's right.
And knowing what some of the words mean already, just by being in class, listening to Sabbath service, just paying attention, doing those things, it helps out a lot because you get to understand the context.
That's right.
You get to understand the context of what's going on.
Right.
And when you understand the context, it also helps you to recognize the words, as you come up to a new word that you may not have seen before. If you know those prefixes and those suffixes, you can get to that root word just like that. Absolutely. And when you get that root word, everything else falls into place. And right. To you and the men above me and all the teachers, that teach the Hebrew, because man, I remember the first coming into the truth trying to learn to speak the Hebrew, thought I would never get it.
Right.
But coming into class and learning these, taking these lessons in every night, on Friday night, that's it helps out a whole lot, especially with these prefixes. I love that class. I love the prefix and suffix class. It changed my whole thought process with learning the Hebrew. It makes learning the Hebrew fun. It makes it interesting because I can recognize, okay, it's saying he is telling me something. What did he do? So he did this, and I just go into my interlinear in my blue letter or pick up a concordance, and it tell you what it means. It's so beautiful of a language, you know what I'm saying? Because it's our language, and once you start learning it, it's hard to put it down.
Right.
It's hard to put it down.
Absolutely, absolutely. Most High Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I wasn't trying to learn this either, but you know, I took to it and seeing that I could learn it, I could learn to read it. You know what I'm saying? That's what helped me and such. You know, and the Most High Christ, you know, men above me taught me that I can teach others. So that's just what it is. All right. So Most High Christ, let's get back. Okay. So now we have our prefixes. I'm just about done writing these out, and I will talk these out once I'm done with these so that everybody can see what they need. Okay. Also, when it comes to these prefixes, we've learned that it's also good to read the English first. Read the English first. You understand? Okay. Because this can help as well, so that when you do see it in Hebrew, you won't pronounce it differently. All right. Most High Christ. I'll stand off to the side. That being said, so our first prefix, okay? We have a, which will mean I or I am. Ba, which will be in. Da, as in do. Ha, the or the. Wa, and. Okay, a lot of times you will see wa in the beginning of a word and sometimes at the end of the word, okay? Most times you're going to separate the wa from there, okay? In most contexts. Understand? Keep going. Ya is for he. Ka is going to be as or like, okay? So like you're kind of comparing something, if you will, okay? La, to or for. For instance, if you've been at Sabbath service and you see the officers of the brothers drinking the wine, okay, and you'll see them take the wine, and then they will say, La Yashala, okay? What they're saying, we drink to Lashawan. We drink for Yashala, okay? Most High in Christ. Okay, cool. Now next, we have ma, which can mean of or from, okay? Then sha, which can be whom, who, which, you know what I'm saying, which is it is pertaining to. And then we have the. We have the, okay? Which will be for thou, thee, or you. You understand? And also like future tense, okay? Future tense. All right. No sweat. So we're going to see a lot of these prefixes, of course, in scriptures, and also in another segment of our lesson for tonight. All right. And again, we're writing this out tonight, but we're going to keep writing this out. We're going to make this a staple for classes to come. All right. Just again for our learning, our memorization. A lot of times you will hear me repeat a lot of stuff. Why? Because we're Atlanta. We learn a lot through muscle memory. We learn through repetition. Okay, making sure we got it good and tight in our heads. Understand? All right. So again, we have prefixes. We have as in I am, I or I am. Ba, in, da, do, ha, the, wa, and, ya, he, ka, as or like. And remember now, this ka, that is the softer pronunciation. It's the softer pronunciation, okay? Then we have la, to or for. Ma, of or from. Sha, whom, which, or pertaining to. And then tha, thou, thee, you, okay? Or you will, future tense, okay? Excellent. All right. Okay, cool. So we have all of our notes for this, for the board?
Slack, I want to let me get a snapshot.
No sweat.
Water.
Absolutely.
The water out of wine.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So next, we just went over our prefixes, or prepositions. Right. This is our preposition phase of the class. This is when Hebrews 101 becomes Hebrews 101.5. All right. Moving. Just for the education class, we will change the colors. All right. Next, we have our suffixes. That's it. Suffix. I've been out of English class for a long time. All right. Suffix. All right. Now, what's the suffix going to be? This is going to help show possession. It's going to help show possession. All right. So now, here we go. We have Yah, as in my. We have Ka, as in you or your. We have Wa, as in he, his, or it. Then we have Ha, as in her. All right. Then we have Nawa. We have Nawa, as in our or us. All right. Then we have Kam, which is for y'all. All right. For the men. All right. Masculine tense. You understand? Then we have Khan for y'all, you all, for feminine. And we have Ma for their. All right. This will be masculine. And then finally we have Na. All right. This will be their feminine. Okay. Now, Sluggy. All right, here we go. And again, this is still Hebrews 101. This is just fundamental. Okay. You might not necessarily know exactly what you're reading, you understand, when it comes to the Hebrew. But the point of learning this, is just when to separate words, okay? So that you won't always be combining things, all right? Just trying to help us all be a little more fluent as we read, okay? We don't want to sound so robotic. You understand, okay? And of course, we will sound like that when we're first reading this. Right. Understand, we're going to separate, and we're going to just chop up all the syllables, okay? But as we get better, when we read more, when we practice more, then we'll recognize and we can remember some of the root words. And then when we know this is the word itself, This is what it's talking about. And then we see an extra syllable or an extra character, then we'll know that, you know what? I don't need to combine that, but instead I need to separate that from the actual word. All right? Close sign of Christ. So again, for possession, suffix, we have ya as in my, ka, softer pronunciation as in you or your, wa as in he, his or it, ha as in her, the wa as in our or us, kan, y'all, masculine, com is y'all masculine, kan is y'all feminine, ma is their masculine, and na is their feminine. Question?
Khan, if I may, sir.
Yes.
Salakia. These suffixes, could I add those to any word? Like, for instance, if I was to say banya or Adawanya or Akya.
Okay. So that's a very good question. First of all, are we done with this board?
Khan.
All right, Most High in Christ, go ahead and erase that. Cool. So now, let's get into a couple examples. That's off the top of my head, and something that you asked, okay? So now, you add, go ahead.
So I have an example.
Sure thing. Would you like to use your example first? Go ahead, what is your example?
Abanawa.
All right.
It's all right. It's okay.
Oh, I know it's okay. I know it's okay. You keep that up, you're going to be teaching class. No sweat. Absolutely. So, as Officer Yahanna stole my idea from the back of my mind. All right. He wanted to give the example, Abanawa. Okay, so now, real quick, we've gone over this in class before. As we went over this class last week.
Go.
All right. On just some words. Okay. So, does anybody know what Abba means?
Father.
Very good. So Abba means father. Cool. Write that up. All right. Then with the example obviously Yadai gave, we said Abba Nawa. So now what does, looking at our notes, what does Nawa or Nawa mean?
Our.
Very good. So now.
Oh wow.
Very good. So now let's put that together. Okay? This is Hebrews 101, so we take our time with this, right?
Right.
Okay, cool beans. So we know now Abba is father, and Nawa is a suffix for our or us. Okay, cool. So now let's put it together when we say the prayers. All right. So now here it goes. Read that.
Abba Nawa.
Very good. Now you just said the first two words of the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
Khan.
Abba Nawa, our Father. Okay? Very good, very good. Now earlier you also asked about Banya. All right?
Khan.
Very good. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and we'll just switch colors. Identification of the class. Cool. So now first, let's break that down. All right? So now that's a root word that I know instantly. You said Banya, but now what is the root word of Banya?
Ban.
Very good. Okay, cool. So now Bun is what?
Son.
Very good. So Bun is son. And now remembering back from our notes, what can Yah be?
My.
Very good. So Yah is my, or what else? What else can it be?
As a prefix, Salakia, as a prefix, it can be he.
Very good. So he or
His.
Very good. Okay, cool. So now you said Banya. We put that together. And depending on the context, you are saying, my son. Banya. Yes.
Salaki. So if I said Yaban, would that be his son?
Yaban. Possibly. I'm still working on that. But again, when it comes to the context, more likely you still might see Banya, and it can be his son as well. Okay, so more likely it's going to be Banya, his son. Okay? Very good. Okay, cool. So now, you've seen some of these prefixes. Next, let's jump into, let's see, what we're going to jump into. And we had a request for this. All right. We had a request for names. We had a request to go over names. All right. So if we can do this for class, because if you can pronounce names in Hebrew, it can help you also read the text in Hebrew. You understand? All right. Return my notes.
So, y'all,
Yes.
what you just said is so heavy. And it made me think back to when I first started the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying? All I ever learned was the names of tribes.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said earlier, it's all like a sheep.
Mm-hmm.
So learning those names of the tribes, it helps you formulate the how these characters are put together.
Yes.
You know, and that's
absolutely
an awesome help right there.
Absolutely. Okay. So thank you for bringing that up. So now, let's start off with that. Okay. We'll start out with the names of the tribes. All right. Let's start off with that. The names of the tribes. All right. Tribes of Israel. All right. Cool. So now, our first tribe is going to be Judah. All right. Judah.
Salaki, sir.
Yes.
Why is that the first tribe?
Well, I would give the excuse, you know what I'm saying, because the teacher is Jewish. You know what I'm saying?
I just thought so, sir.
Yeah.
Salaki, sir.
But also because, if I'm correct, according to the scriptures, Judah is also the head tribe.
Oh,
Judah is the head tribe, according to the scriptures. Okay, I do not have that scripture off the top of my head. Okay, but it is like the top tribe. Okay, so now getting back, Judah. Okay, number one. All right, and then Judah in Hebrew is going to be pronounced
Yahawadah.
very good. Yahawadah.
Yahawadah.
Very good. Yahawadah. First, we'll write this out in English. Write this out in English. Okay, then we'll come back and write this out in Hebrew as well. Okay? Cool. And we'll just do, we'll see if we can squeeze in 6 at a time.
So, okay.
Yes.
I think I got a precept for you.
I'd love to hear it.
Let me make sure. Psalm, Salaki, this is Psalm 78 and verse 68.
Uh-huh.
But chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion, which he loved.
There you go. There you go. Right there. Excellent precept. Order for that.
Come on.
All right, cool. So now we're going to go ahead and get it back. We're going to write our first tribe, Yahawadah, in ancient Hebrew, okay? So write this out in ancient Hebrew. All right, hopefully everyone can see this. And remember, in Hebrew, we write right to left. And we read right to left, okay? Don't get confused if you see me writing left to right. Okay?
Oh, God.
I've just been taught how to do that. All right, cool. So in the green, I will have Assyrian Hebrew, okay? And then in blue, we will have ancient Hebrew, if you will, okay? If I'm writing too small, please let me know, okay? And also remember, in ancient Hebrew, we have what at least what Atlanta calls bumpers and bridges, okay? Bumpers and bridges. The bumper is going to help. It's going to be the single syllable,
Right.
if you will, okay? And then we have the bridge, which will bring the other syllables together. So for here, in ancient Hebrew, we have Yah, Ha, Wa, Da, and Ha, right? Kind of written out like here, but you see, with the bridge, we now have Yah, Ha, Wa, Da.
Okay.
All right. Both sides first. Yahweh Da. Okay.
Wow.
And so correct. Judah means
Praise.
the Most High. Praise.
Okay.
The Most High. Praise. All right. Very good. Very good. Then next we have tribe of Benjamin. Tribe of Benjamin. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure. We should have done. You know what? We should have put Judah. We should have put Benjamin last. We should have put Benjamin last.
Last.
Should never told him. All right, no sweat. All right, get it back. Benjamin in the Hebrew is
Bunyamin.
very good. That's right. All right. Oops. I messed that up. Why did I put Bunjam?
You better listen to that outcast. So I can listen to that outcast.
That's right. Germany. That's right. ATL zone. Okay, cool. So now we have Benjamin, Bunyamin. All right. Let's write this out. All right. And again, we have Assyrian in the green. Let's now do that same one in the blue. And again, if this is too small, please let me know. And I'm starting to think it's going to be a little.
Salak, y'all don't want to know.
Yes.
It's too small.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Come on.
All right.
Salakia, sir.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Kanoka. Salakia.
All right. Yes. Go ahead.
Where will we see the Phoenician and the ancient being used more so in terms of the writing?
Well, in some texts, you will see the the Phoenician or the ancient, in certain texts you will find it. Like for instance, like we actually have it in our scrolls. We have the ancient, and I have another copy in the back, but it's a little. Some are just a little varied off. You know what I'm saying? When you like put data behind it, you put it in the computer. Okay.
Okay.
So that's when it's kind of rare, pretty much, to see.
To see the ancient.
Yes, to see this. But that's why I say most times you're going to find the ancient Hebrew. Excuse me, you're going to find the Assyrian Hebrew.
Assyrian.
Yes, you're going to find Assyrian Hebrew, which is like, we always say, like, it's more predominant. Like, you'll find that more.
It's Salakia.
Mhm.
It's similar to the Yiddish.
Yes.
To the
yes.
To the modern
Exactly.
quote unquote Hebrew.
That's pretty much that's what it is.
Without vowel points.
Yes, that's what it is. Yes. So you'll find that. And as a matter of fact, like when you read the Torah, you will see the Yiddish, and the Yiddish pretty much is the Assyrian. It is the Assyrian, but it's just that the Yiddish will just have like different vowel points and where it's at, which, you know what I'm saying, like on my level, I cannot decipher those.
And Salakia,
I can't decipher those.
Isn't that how they do change the words, like how they get instead of?
That's how they essentially that's how they bastardize it.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
That is how pretty much like I was reading earlier, and you have the word all. You have the word all, and in certain contexts, because of the Yiddish, the all can go from all to ale or alye. Yes. And it's just those one characters, and they can just bastardize. Yeah.
So I got one.
Uh-huh.
Precept.
All right.
Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9.
Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9.
Come on, cause y'all was just talking about the how the oppressor, you know, the Edomites, so-called Jews have taken the language and bastardized it.
Yes.
Zephaniah 3 and 9, the water for the Hebrew 101.
Uh-huh.
For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent.
Absolutely. You know what? Let me write that down. I'm about to make that a staple in class as well. In the building. Let me get my pen.
Most high Christ.
All right. And that was Zephaniah
3 and 9.
Yes. Absolutely. It was very good precept. Awesome precept. All right. Most high Christ. Okay, so now let's get back. We're looking at Benjamin. Now let's look at our notes. What we wrote down, what we took pictures of. All right. How does this look? So we have the ba, the na, the ya, the ma, the ya, and the na. Okay. How do we look? Do we look good?
Khan.
Wrong. We do not. Let's look back on our notes. Okay. Just to keep class moving, remember in Assyrian, they're saying that there are 5 characters that always change their shapes at the end of the text. Always change the shape at the end of the text.
Right.
Not being one of them. Okay. So now when you read the text, you're not going to see "na" at the end of the text like this. Okay. Now remember, you said in class, "na" is going to look like your "wa," but with, say it from after Yahanna.
With the extendo.
Thank you very much.
Salaki one.
Yes.
How I remember that na and a lot of the Indian characters is by the letter line. Some of your characters, like in the beginning, it has ba, na, ya, ma. You see the ba and the na and the ma have the same letter line.
Right.
And at the end, it goes below that.
Okay.
Wow.
Very good. All right. Nice work.
Salakia, sir.
Yes.
I see exactly what you were saying about that ledger line. All of the ones that change, it looks like it extends further down. So all the 5 characters that change at the end of the Phoenician text, the Salakia, the Assyrian text, will extend beyond that ledger.
But Ma will not. Ma's the one that goes. It looks
like
it's
a box.
Yes. Ma will look like a box, but everything else is going to have an extended clip.
The ka.
The ka will have an extended clip. Na, ma.
The pa. The taza.
There you go.
And that was it.
That's it. That's it. Those have the extended clip, but ma
extended clip
is the box. Okay? Very good. Very good. We're gonna change this up just so we can make it look better. Okay, and also as a note, Benjamin means son of my right.
So like,
yes.
That's so heavy that you had said that, the oppressor, you know what I'm saying, he takes everything from us to keep us from who we are. Right. He's stolen everything from us. Mm-hmm. So with you breaking down this Hebrew the way you're breaking it down to us, you know what I'm saying, and giving it back to us the way that the Most High would have us to have it.
Right.
That's amazing, because who would have thought growing up as a little child that we'll be speaking to Lashawan Qadash?
Right.
Because we were all slaves, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we always, in the back of our mind, knew something was wrong, but we could never figure it out until we found out about one way 125th Street Hall, New York.
There you go.
That's right.
Absolutely. Give that brother a hand. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's right. Okay. Get it back. Now we're just going to go ahead and just write it out singularly, just so we can make it bigger and for the edification of the class. All right. So our next tribe. Oh, just in case. Do we have that note? Benjamin or Bunyamin is son of my right.
Right.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. Next. Our tribe. Okay. Another Southern Kingdom tribe. All right. Is Levi. Levi. All right. Levi. Now we pronounce Levi in the Hebrew.
La ya.
Very good. La ya. All right. That's how we write it. Legible. Okay. So Levi is La ya. Right. There you go. Cool. La ya with our letters. Ancient. We have La, Wa, and Ya. Okay? Now, Assyrian, we have La, Wa, and Ya. Alright? But remember, to help us out, I should have wrote this a little further down, so like for that. Ancient, we have bumpers and bridges. So again, our letters, our characters for Levi is La, Wa, and Ya. But we pronounce it La,
Ya.
Ya. Okay? That's how it's pronounced. Okay?
Right.
Very good, very good.
So like
go ahead.
The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
When you go to court, you need a what?
A lawyer.
Liar.
A Levite.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so heavy because that just show you how much of the devil, the oppressor is, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everything about us, he's taken it, perverted it to fit his narrative, to keep us oppressed, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important for us to learn this Lashawan Qadash, so they don't go down doing this stuff that's a lot.
That's right, man, that's right. In the good, okay? Get it back. And Levi in English means, or in Hebrew really, join to me. Alright? Step aside real quick. So here we go. We have Levi, La Ya. Alright? With the characters La Wa Ya. We show you how to pronounce it according to ancient Hebrew, and it means join to me. Okay, absolutely. Right. Our next tribe is Simeon. Simeon, okay. Oh, question. So Judah are the who? Who are they in modern times?
African American black.
Very good.
So,
Okay.
I'm not African American black. I'm Negro.
So-called.
Thank you very much.
Negro.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So,
I caught me slipping.
So the reason I say that is because in the Zondervan dictionary, Bible dictionary,
Ham.
when it says ham,
Right.
it says
Not the Negroes. Right.
You know,
That's right.
I'm a Negro.
That's right.
Acts 13:1 says I'm a Negro.
That's what he say.
Very
I'm
good.
kind.
Very good. All right. Good job. Cool. Let's get back. So I have Simeon, and I have in Hebrew Shammaiwan. Shammaiwan. Okay. Now let's write this out. Let's write this out. First, write this out in Syrian. Okay. Got this written out first in ancient Hebrew in the blue. Then we're going to go with Syrian in the green. And we'll go ahead and do the Barber and British.
Salaka, boy.
Yes.
We were just talking about the tribe of Levi, loyal. You know what I'm talking about? Big up to the brothers over there in Texas, you know what I'm saying? The Texas boy, listen to a company.
Yeah, that's right. Man.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, cool. So now, next, we got our tribe. We have Simeon, or in Hebrew, Shammaiwan. Okay? Now, let's take a look. We have this written out in Assyrian. Okay? And then I had this written out in ancient Hebrew. Now, before we write everything down, let's just read this. Let's read this. Before we write it down, let's read this and look at our notes. Look at our notes. Okay?
Right.
So we have Sha, Ma, I, Wa, and Na. And we're going to make Shammaiwan. All right. All right, are we good?
La.
What's wrong?
Sir.
What's wrong?
Nah.
What's wrong? I got all my stuff now. I got Shammai. What's wrong?
What?
I missed something?
Kind.
Okay, what I missed?
The nah.
Okay, I missed the Na. Okay. What's wrong with the Na?
It's not the end of the word.
Okay, so
it's at the end of the word.
Okay, so I need my extended clip.
Extended clip.
Okay, cool.
Extendo.
Okay, man, in the building. So I got my extender. Okay, cool. So I got everything. So now I got my Sha, I got my Ma, my I, my Wa, and my Na. Stand down. Okay. So now we good to go.
Kind.
All right. Also, Yahanna, you have something you want to point out?
So I just want to say I love my 12 tribes. I love my brothers in the 12 tribes. I can't let you spell the name wrong.
Okay, why?
The Ma is wrong.
What's wrong with the Ma?
It's a box. It's supposed to have the tail.
Oh.
Kind.
Oh, okay. So I was supposed to have the cowbell.
The bell, the triangle.
Oh, okay.
Kind.
Why? Okay, so why can't I supposed to have this box?
It's like I wonder if I made that's supposed to be the end of the word.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So, the water.
Clarification, eh? Okay. I mean, hey, this is Hebrews 101, right?
Right.
All right. Water for that. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I wonder if I made it.
Yes.
In the text, you know what I'm saying? There's confusion in the text too. Because when you certain words like in certain characters, Sama in the text, it looks so similar.
Yes.
You gotta pay attention.
Yes.
The top, it looks like a Sa.
Yes.
You gotta pay attention. Because if you don't pay attention, you'll end up getting the whole thing wrong off of one character.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Okay, so we have Sha, Ma, I, Wa, and Na. We have put it together. We have Shamaiwan. Shamaiwan. Okay? Good, good, good. All right. Excellent. So just real quick, we went over this earlier. So Judah are the Negroes, or we could say the Americans. Everybody here on this list is a Negro. Understand? Go. Okay.
Right.
So now, Judah are the American Negroes. Okay. Benjamin would be what?
West Indian.
West Indian. Okay. Or Jamaica. Okay.
Guyana.
My man, absolutely.
Trinidad.
It's not just Jamaica. Very good. Okay. But now, what about Levi?
Haitians.
What about Levi? Okay, cool. So Haitian, Levi is Haitian. So that means Simeon would be. Aha, don't sweat. Simeon.
Dominicans.
There we go. Dominican.
Don't
sweat. Don't sweat. Simeon is Dominican. Okay, all right. Very good, very good. And looking at my notes, Simeon means affliction heard. Affliction heard. Okay?
Salak, y'all the one.
Go ahead.
You just blew my mind again. Shamai means to hear.
And once again, I'll say Yahweh has crept into my head through using the back door. Okay?
Salak, y'all the one.
And has performed another armed robbery like MJG in a ball. Okay, yes. Okay, so here we go. Real quick, in Simeon, we have Shammai 1. Okay, now when we read the text, you know what I'm saying, you will see words like Shammai. Shammai means to listen. Shammai means to listen or to hear.
Right.
Okay, very good. So in this text, Simeon is affliction heard. Very good, very good. All right. So we have all this?
Khan.
Very good. And Simeon are the?
Dominican. Salak, sir. Dominican.
Go ahead. No sweat. We're good with that. We're good. Okay, let's keep it going. Our next tribe is Zebulon. Okay. Now here, Zebulon is going to be pronounced Za, Ba, Zabalawan. It's going to be pronounced Zabalawan. Okay? Very good. So now let's write this out in the Hebrew characters. Okay? We'll start off with Assyrian. All right. All right. Just so we can keep class moving. Our next name of a tribe, Zebulon or Zabalawan. All right. Good. Just for the record, this one has no tricks. Okay. So again, Za, Ba, La, Wan. Okay. Zabalawan. Excellent. And Zabalawan means to dwell with me. Dwell with me. Okay? Very good, very good. Here's a fun fact. Zebulon are the Panamanians. Panamanians. Guatemala. All right? Very good, very good. Yes.
Cannot forget the Hondurans either. I was watching a documentary by May, and it was talking about how the native people of that area, how they held on to their traditions for so long until the oppressor came in and did just like with everybody else, wiped them out.
That's right.
Wiped it out.
It's not cool. So now we have Panama, as in Zebulon. We have Honduras. We have Guatemala. You might be able to say Belize as well.
It's
right.
In that Central American area.
Yeah, exactly. Central America, okay? Central America, all right? Very good, very good. All right, we got all this?
Salakia, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Would that also include Nicaragua and Costa Rica?
Oh, you got a scholar. You got a geographical scholar.
Is it two? So
that's right.
God.
There you go. There you go, get that brother. That's right. There you go. That's right. All right. Cool. Very good. Very good. Let's keep it moving. Let's see. Our next tribe is Ephraim. Okay. And again, going over these names, going over these tribes, when we read the text, this is just practice into helping us flow and to read the text, okay? All right. Oops, not Ephraim's. I don't know where I got that from. Ephraim. Okay? Ephraim. Or, in Hebrew, again, Ephraim, or Pareo. There we go. Put that on Slack. Pareo. Ephraim is a Pareo. Okay? Come on. Very good, very good. Let's go ahead and write this out. First, we'll write this out in ancient Hebrew. Very good, okay. So now we have a Parium. We have it out in ancient Hebrew. Now let's go ahead and do it in Assyrian. Okay. All right. Okay, now let's go ahead and write this. Let's go ahead and read this first before we write it down. Okay. So now we have Ephraim. We have Parayam. Okay. So now this is how we're going to spell it. Okay. We're going to spell it first in ancient Hebrew. Pa Ra Yum. Pa Ra Yum. Okay. Now let's look at it in Assyrian this time. Okay. Pa Ra Yum. All right. Let's take a look at that. Yes.
should be the ma at the end of the Assyrian should be a box.
Okay, my man. Very good, very good. Not the crown. Very good. Very good. Okay. Good. Okay. Cool thing. So let's spell this again. Parayim. Right? Okay, so we got everything down. Parayim. Right? Okay. Very good, very good. Salam, you got it? Hold on. Questions?
Khan, sir.
Okay, what's wrong?
That's the with the crown is the sa.
Very good. Okay, so now we just went on and changed it
to the ma, but not at the end of the.
No, because we got the ma at the end of the text. We got the ma at the end of the text. Remember, we got the ma. So
like I thought the ma at the end of the text was the straight box.
Yeah. Well, okay, I can make it a straight box if need be. No sweat. I can do that too. No sweat. I got no problem with that. Okay, we want to be as accurate as possible. You understand? So I'm with that. I got no problem with it. Okay, right. Very good. All right. Okay, so we can move on. All right.
La.
Okay, we can't move on. What's the problem?
The once again, it's that ledger. It's below the line. The pa. The pa should be the crooked letter Y.
Oh, okay. In the building. Thank you very much. So we're not going to see any extended clips except for at the end of the text. Come. Thank you very much. Okay, very good. Let's keep moving. All right. We're good to go. Very good. So now Ephraim, Parium, okay, and Ephraim, Parium are the
Puerto Ricans.
Very good. That's right. Puerto Rico, mi hermano de madre, mi hermano de otra madre. That's what they are. My brother from another mother. Okay, yeah, I've been waiting to use that. I've been waiting to use that. Very good. Okay. And yes, go ahead.
It's so heavy that you say that because people in the world, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in the world that don't subscribe to this truth, they'll hate a Puerto Rican and they'll be a Negro, or they'll be a Vegemite,
right?
Or they'll be Mexican, or they'll be whatever. They'll hate their own kind,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And all of us got. I'll give you an example. I got Puerto Rican in my family. I got a Honduras little cousin. I got Benjamites in my family, Native Americans in my family. So it'll be hard pressed for me to hate any tribe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because all that is in our families. You know what I'm saying? It trips me out to see a Mexican who got a cousin who's married a black lady. You know what I'm saying? Hate black people. It don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Why we hating each other? We should come together and hate that our brothers.
Right. Most High Christ, man. That's what we're talking about. So here, very good. We got Ephraim, Parium, Parayim, the Puerto Ricans, which means faithful. All right. Very good. So try saying that to your Hispanic brothers. Try saying that. When you see your Mexican brothers, we've learned Viva la Raza. Viva la Raza. Everybody else, you can say mi hermano de otra madre.
Mi hermano
de otra madre. My brother from another mother. All right. Very good. Wow, look at that. You're learning Spanish and Hebrew.
Oh God.
In the building. Yes, go.
And that's so heavy because they literally are our brothers from another mother.
There you go. Very good. Oh. In the building. That's what we're talking about, man. Very good. Let's keep it moving. Okay, our next tribe is Manasseh. All right. You understand that, right? Yep. Manasseh. Okay. Manasseh. Or Na, Manasha. Right? Yep, okay. Manasha. Manasha, okay? Very good, very good. Let's go ahead and write this out. We'll go ahead and start with the, we'll start off with ancient Hebrew. All right? Manasha. And remember these bumps and bridges too. Remember these bumps and bridges for ancient Hebrew. You must have, whenever you're writing this down, you must have your bumps and bridges in ancient Hebrew. You understand?
Come on.
All right. Now let's go ahead and write this out in Assyrian. Okay. All right. Cool beans. So now we have Manasseh, Manashah, which means made to fight. Made to fight. Okay? These are the names of the tribes. Right? These are the names of the tribes. Manasseh, Manashah. Manashah, okay? Manashah. Made to fight. Alright? And Manasseh are the Cubans.
Okay.
Alright? Go ahead and write down on the board real quick. They are the Cubans. Okay? Or Cubano. Right? Cuban or Cubano. Alright, that's how we would say it in Spanish. So Manasseh, Manashah. Alright? With the characters, Ma, Na, Sha, and the Ha. Alright? Manashah. Alright? Made to fight, and they are Cuba. Cuba. Alright? Thanks. Okay, next. Next tribe is Gad. The next tribe is Gad. Alright? Now this is going to be the easiest one to spell out, but it's going to be interesting how it is pronounced, okay? So now we have Gad, right? Okay, so now our letters for Gad are okay? So this is how we write it out in English. This is how it's written out in Hebrew. Okay? Cool. Now let's write out our letters. All right, we have ancient Hebrew.
Right.
Okay. And da. All right. Remember our bumpers and bridges. Okay. Then we have in Assyrian Hebrew. Okay, we'll just write this out in the green. Okay. Remember that God is going to be like a clothes hanger. All right. And Gad are the Native American Indians.
Right.
All right, cool. So now, how do we pronounce Gad in Hebrew?
Gad? Salakia, sir. Is
Go ahead.
it, Ga'ad?
Okay. So now, you gave me Ga'ad, right? Is that what you're saying? No, that's cool.
God.
No, it's fine. That's fine.
All
This
right.
is Hebrews 1-on-1. Okay?
Right.
Cool. So now you just said to me Ga'ad, right? So now let me spell out what you just said.
Oh, no, Right.
Okay.
God.
That's what you just pronounced in Hebrew. Okay. That's what you said. That was your answer.
Right.
Ga'ad. Okay. Good. So now that is wrong.
Right.
So now you just said Ga'ad. Now let's try again. How do
God.
we say Gad in Hebrew?
Salakia. God.
Very good. Very good. That's how you say it. That's interesting, isn't it?
Right.
That's interesting. You say, the way you say Gad in Hebrew is God.
God.
God. See? It's been there the whole time in front of you. We've been saying Hebrew. Whenever we've been saying, oh, God, God. Really, you're not praying to God. Who are you praying to? You're praying to a tribe. You're praying to a tribe. That's what Christianity has done to us. All right. Very good. Very good. And let's see. So Gad or God in the Hebrew.
Right.
Understand? In the Hebrew. Okay. Gad means a troop. It means a troop.
It's a lot, y'all.
Go ahead.
What you just said is so heavy about God and the Christians.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If they were to come to drop, everything that they've learned in the church and just come into this one West,
Mm-hmm.
they'll understand that Alahayim or Alahaya means God.
That's right.
It means power.
Power.
You know what I'm saying? And not be bamboozled with the witchcraft or that drug called Christianity.
Right.
Very good. Very good. Give that brother a hand.
That's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. All right. Let's keep it going. We got a few names or tribes to go. Okay. Very good. Very good. So now we just went over Gad or God. All right. As we just learned. All right. Our next tribe is going to be Reuben. Next tribe is Reuben. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. So now, Reuben first are the Seminole Indians. All right. They are the Seminole Indians. Cool. So now, let's write out our characters for Reuben. Okay. Let's start off. We're just going to pronounce this. Okay.
Come
we
on.
have Ra. We'll start off in Assyrian. Okay. We have Ra, Ah, Wa, Ba, and Na. Okay? For Reuben, we have Ra, Ah, Wa, Ba, and Na. All right?
Come.
Very good. Now, I'm going to write this out again, this time in ancient Hebrew. Okay? All right, cool. Now, for the edification of the class, we see this, right? So now we have, again, for Reuben, in the Assyrian, we have Ra, Ah, Wa, Ba, and Na. Okay? Again, ancient Hebrew. Ra, ah, wa, ba, and na. Okay, so now what we've been going over so far, this might seem a little easy, right?
Right.
So if it's Reuben, we can just say what? Ra'awaban. Right? We just say Ra'awaban. Cool. That's what we can say. But that is wrong.
Oh.
That is wrong. Okay? So now, to help you out, we'll go to ancient Hebrew.
Right.
Okay? So now it's not going to be pronounced. Not going to be pronounced. This is what, okay, let me write in orange what we were initially saying.
Right.
That's what we were actually, that's what we were initially saying.
Right.
Ra'awaban.
Right.
Okay? That is wrong. That is wrong. Okay? This is how we're actually going to pronounce it. Alright? We'll use the green. Okay? To keep it in sync. Ra'awaban. Ra'awaban.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Very good, very good. So now let me write this out in English. Okay? In English, I'll keep it with the green. Ra'awaban. Okay? Ra'awaban. Right? So again, with our characters, Ra'awabana for Reuben, Ra'awaban. Okay? Ra'awaban. Alright? And also, Ra'awaban means a son. A son. Okay? Alright, we have all this?
Right.
Very good, very good. Let me just make sure. Let me get rid of these orange ones. Because remember, the orange is wrong. Okay? And again, these are just tips and tricks to help you when you're reading the text. Alright? Everybody understand?
Excellent.
Okay, so Reuben, we're all done. Very good. Very good, very good. Okay. Let's keep it going, right? We got a few more. Next we have Asher. We have Asher. We have Asher. Okay? And now, in Hebrew, Asher is going to be pronounced Ashar. Ashar, okay? Ashar. And Asher means happy. Means happy. All right? Very good. Of course, now let's go ahead and write this out. We'll start off with Assyrian Hebrew. We'll write that in the blue. All right, there we go. Ashar. Ashar. All right, there we go. So we have Asher, which means happy. Ashar in the Hebrew is how we pronounce it, okay? And then we have our Assyrian Hebrew on the top, and we have our ancient Hebrew or Phoenician on the bottom. Okay?
Right.
All right, very good. And also, the question, you also had a question about, like, where else would we see this text? Where else will we see this text? You will actually see this text. Other than in the Torah, you will see this text specifically at the Lord's Passover.
Come.
This is when you will see it, okay? Give that up. You will see it at the Lord's Passover, you understand, okay? When you are seeing brothers in their glorious warlike apparel, all right? And they're either going to have their tribe on here, or they actually might be telling you who they are, all right? They might have their names spelled out in ancient Hebrew, okay? And now some of them, unfortunately, they might not have the bumpers and bridges, but at least you'll be able to recognize what it is. As you read more and more Hebrew, you'll be able to like just catch it and go ahead and pronounce it. Oh, hey, I know who you are. You're Ashar. So,
right.
Christ, brother. You see what I'm saying? All right? Very good, very good. Okay, and real quick, who is Asher? Who is Asher today?
Colombians.
Very good. We can go with that. Colombians. The Colombians, okay? Down to Uruguay.
So that would include Argentina and
no, that will not include Argentina. No. All right. Colombians to Uruguay.
Salakia.
Yes.
In order to understand the tribes and their locale,
yes,
you would have to go into Genesis chapter 38, 48. Genesis 48.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go
in Genesis 48 and 49.
Yeah, Genesis 48 and 49. And it would tell you, it will give you the characteristics of the tribes.
Right.
And in some cases, it'll give you a geographic point, not an actual location, but a point to look, point of interest to look at. Like it says, one of the tribes says, food would be dipped in oil or something like that. And we know the oil on this side of the planet, the oil reserves are in South America. Where in South America? You just have to place, have to look at it for the land area and not the border that the oppressor put out there.
And also, even honestly, a much better point of reference if you would like to go more in depth to how to like locate the tribes or really how to identify them. You have to go to Captain Qadash's lecture.
Right.
Captain Qadash's lecture on the 12 tribes, and he goes very in depth into identifying the tribes and who they are in today's time. All right? All right. I realized I erased the notes, but did everybody get those? All right, most first. All right, cool. We got a few more. Okay. Next, we have Naphtali. We have Naphtali.
So I got one.
Yes.
Ever since learning these tribes, it's hard to say them in English. I don't know if you have
It is.
I don't know if anybody else had that problem.
Yeah, because really, I mean, man, you want to point it out, because I keep, you know what I'm saying, staring over there. Naphtali, right? Now, if you ask me, hey, who are the Argentinians in the Hebrew, I can go ahead and tell you that they are Naphtali. All right. Naphtali in Hebrew is Naphtali. Okay. And they are the Argentinians and the Chileans, or to the Chileans. Okay. All right. Go ahead. You got a question?
Salakia,
yes.
I see. I asked that because Uruguay is west of Argentina, and Colombia, Slovakia is east of Argentina, and Colombia is east of Venezuela, and that's like thousands of miles away. So if it says two, I see that, I see the chunk that you're looking at for Argentina and Chile, but it says to Chile, but there's no countries in between those. Whereas Colombia to Uruguay, there's like Paraguay in between there. I think Bolivia is also in between there.
Okay. Well, then for like for this context, like, cause we would say, like, for instance, when we heard like Asher, like, okay, like Colombia to Uruguay, so like within that landmass, this is where like this tribe is
these
located.
people were dispersed. Where
these people are located.
Right.
So then we just like kind of keep saying that when it comes to, like, you know what I'm saying, like Navatalia, Argentina and Chile.
And Chile or to Chile.
We just keep saying
the two. Yeah.
So like Argentina to Chile.
So the landmass from Argentina to Chile is where these people were dispersed.
Yes.
Come.
No sweat.
Throw up.
Absolutely. All right, cool. So now, getting back, we have Naphthalia. Okay? Let's go ahead and write this out. And Assyrian first. All right. All right. Good. So now this is what's going to look like in Assyrian. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like in ancient Hebrew.
So like y'all the one.
Yes.
While you writing it, the quick sidebar. I was doing some research when I first started teaching class. I was doing last summer. I started teaching first class, like history class.
Yes.
And I did the Native Americans and the Northern tribes. And in studying it, listen, and the Gadites, the North American Indians, they would trade with the Colombians.
Yeah. And
you can't picture it because it's like water in between, right?
Right.
But you got the Zabala, your tribe Zabala one that's good, that's seafarers.
Right.
So the Colombians and the Gadites, they were trading together. So much so that the Gadite men were marrying Colombian women and vice versa. And you have a whole section of North American Indians, Gadites, in that area now. And same here. They're here as well, but you wouldn't know it based on, geographic location and the way their genes have meshed together. You wouldn't be able to tell no difference between them. Because of the coming together, the family tree.
Just like when you hear somebody who tells you, yes, I'm Native American Indian, and they start speaking Spanish to you.
Yeah, come on.
We got a brother in Chicago named Qadash. He'll tell you, you look at him, yes, I'm Native American. He starts speaking Spanish to you. It's like, wow, what is this? Like, like they speak Spanish. Like, yeah, we're intermingling and whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, as you like go further and further to the truth, like you'll still really start to uncover things, and learn more. Okay. So getting back, we have Naphtali. Naphtali. Doesn't even.
Don't even say
Yeah. Naphtali. Yes. Okay. Which means my wrestling. Okay, we've identified so far that Naphtali is from Argentina and Chile. Right. Or Argentina to Chile, okay? And we have Napa, Tha, La, and Ya. We put it together, Naphthalia. All right? Very good. Right. Okay, and now our last tribe,
but not least.
It's a lot. No sweat, absolutely, right. All right? We'll just say our last tribe for the night. Okay, is Issachar. Right? Now Issachar go ahead and say for time's sake, Issachar are the Mexicans. All right. Now this is how we pronounce Issachar in the Hebrew.
I-S-U-P-K.
Close.
I-S-U-P-K.
I got you.
Salakia.
No sweat. No. All right.
Yash.
Nope.
Yash.
Nope. We'll write this down. We'll go first. We'll write this out in the Hebrew. All right. All right. Now we just spelled this out in Syrian Hebrew. Now let's try this in ancient Hebrew. Okay. Cool. So now, just going real quick. We have Yah, Shah, Shah, Ka, and Ra. Okay, cool. Now, I tried to spell it out how we would actually pronounce it in the Hebrew. Okay? So now, let's do our bumbles and bridges. Okay? Cool. Looking at our bumbles and bridges, correlating this back to how we wrote out in English. Try it now. So we have Yah,
Yash.
Yah, Shah, Shah, Kara. Okay, so now, let's look at our bumpers and bridges.
Right.
So now, just in case, we have our bumper, we have a single syllable, correct? And we have our bridges. We put the two syllables together and making them one syllable. Very good. Okay, so now let's try it. So we have Yah, Shah, Shah, Kara. Right. Now let's look at our bridge.
Yash.
There we go.
Shah. Kar.
Very good. Now let's try it again.
Yash. Shah. Kar.
Very good. Now let's put it all together.
Yash. Kar. Yash. Shit.
That's okay.
No
sweat. No sweat.
Yash. Shah. Kar. Yashakar.
There we go.
Yashakar.
There you go. That's how we pronounce it. Yashakar. Yashakar. Okay? Very good, very good. All right?
Yashakar.
That's how we pronounce it, okay? And that's why we try to understand a lot of times we do the Syrian Hebrew, again, just because it's the most predominant text and it's like a little easier and a little faster to write. Okay? But, you know what I'm saying? Whenever we go back to the home text,
right,
whatnot, it does become easier. Okay, but if you can read, if you can go ahead and read a Syrian straight out, this is nothing.
Right.
This is nothing. Okay, cool. So one more time, right? So again, let's try this again.
Yashakar.
Good.
Yashakar.
There we go. In the building.
Yashakar.
Very good. Yashakar. Yashakar. Very good. Very good. And Yashakar are the Mexicans. Understand? And Yashakar means
Sloppy.
yes.
I'm hired.
Close. If not, I am hired.
She hired.
Nope. Look at our notes.
Oh.
Sloppy. He is hired.
Okay. So now, not I am hired, or
my
no.
hired. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So now, in this context, Yashakar is not
It'll
I.
be he hired.
He is hired.
Hired.
He's hired.
He is hired.
Very good. He.
No
sweat. No sweat. No sweat. That's what we're saying. That's why we're trying to make sure we go over our prepositions more often, just so we can really identify what we're reading. Okay? Very good, very good. So tonight, and wow, Salaki, it took me so long to go over all these tribes, it's like all of the tribes for this class, okay? I did mean to go over different names, But this just came up, and we will save more names for next week. Okay. Most High in Christ. So again, we just went over the tribes. Okay, learning how to pronounce them, of course, in English, but also in the Hebrew. Okay, and also identifying how to use our prepositions when we are saying the names. Okay. Most High in Christ. All right. The water for checking in. And with that, we'll pass the class off to priest and officer. Yahanna.
Let's get a powerful priest in our hand. Over 500 Hadar mouth. Powerful class, all one. This I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We had an I.S.U.P.K start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Group of new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to be shedded they're here to shed themselves of the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak or to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 to 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation is the memorial blowing the trumpet, Sunday, September 25th at sundown. Al-Akim and Akwakian, check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a troop in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, and Google address every time you come to the school. With that, in Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad Shalaki, Ahmad.
And what's the address for the school?
Oh, Shalaki, address of the school, 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia. Pull up, we got you.
Very good.
Men Israel, Ahmad Shabbat. We'll give a curse salute to the teacher, Ahmad, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatah.
Yahweh. What we just said is, may the Most High bless you in the name of Christ. We're going to curse salute the sister on the call. We got sister on the call, right?
Yes, we do.
We're going to curse salute them, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad, Barak, Yahweh. What we just said, may the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. Go ahead, sis. What she just said in the Hebrew was, may the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. And with that, Yahweh, hands down, Clash Smith. Ow. What's your glass owl?
How is Shamar?
What's that in your eye? Say it.
Owl.
Say this.
I. What, lid?
No, I.
I.
That circle is an eye. That right there in the ancient, I is this in your head.
I. That's what that is.
That's what they say, eye in your head. That's the eye.
Right.
So, owl. Yeah.
Owl.
Yeah, because when you say ill, that's Yiddish.
Right.
We ain't white folks.
Right. That's right. Yahweh Shamar, I'll Athai, Bahashim Yahweh Shah.
Yeah, I'll yeah.
I'll Athai. Yahweh. Okay. Yahweh Shamar, I'll Athai, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah. I'm gonna do this.
Oh, you got it.
Very good. Good job, Lee. Always. Very nice. Okay.
Okay, that was very enlightening.
What's the water play?
This bag.
Huh?
Use this bag or that bag?
I use that bag.
And leave it to niggas. With the Crown Royal bags.
I'll be doing it.
Yeah, I got the Crown Royal bag.
Yeah.
Leave it to niggas, I tell you.
And leave it to this nigga right here. I made sure to keep them things.
You say these niggas are Acts 13:1. Look at
Oh, definitely. Simon and Barnabas.
Yeah. We
God.
niggas for real.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Call me team
Con. So next week we'll do the names in the class. That was a good warm up. Real talk.
Okay, well, time first.
Real talk.
I mean, I was going to go straight to the names, but you know what I'm saying. Obviously, how it died, I was like, well, you know what? We you know what I'm saying. We got the names. Let's go ahead and do the try. You know what?
Right.
All right.
Right.
Cool.
And I like that. I like that.
We can do it.
Because I knew some. I've seen I.S.U.P.K before. I've seen so
Okay, go ahead.
I've seen Judah
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen Benjamin.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are honestly the most popular.
Absolutely.
I see those because this is America.
Yeah.
You know, so you go see Mexicans, West Indians, and blacks.
Yeah. And really because you in the South.
Right.
You in the South, but like if you up north.
And I was even thinking, like, I want to start learning Spanish because I be running into them I.S.U.P.K brothers all the time and work and shit, you know. So I be like, I want to say something to them just to make them feel more comfortable, you know, because it'll be coming from their native tongue or whatever.
Well, you can start with first, you know the basic like buenos dias and whatnot. But now instead of saying buenos dias, if you see them, say
¿Qué tal?
no, nigga, that one I don't even know that one.
Oh, what's up?
You can do that one, but see, I'll just say paso to them. Paso, what's up? Hey, paso. They'll say that, right?
Okay.
You can do that, or you can say buen dia. Just try it that way.
Buen dia.
Buen dia.
Buen dia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like say, hey, good day. Yeah, slang.
Yeah.
Right? Because like Dominican taught me that.
Right.
He taught me that. So yeah, buen dia. Right? So I came back the next morning with that shit. Hey, buen dia. Hey, and it felt better to them as opposed to hey, buenos dias. No, buen dia.
That's like
Yeah, it's like you kind of like you speaking like a local, like buen dia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or of course, you know what I'm saying, there's the, you know what I'm saying, how we learned in the UPK, Viva la Raza. You know what I'm saying? For your right? But and I've learned that only pertains to them.
Yeah, that's only Mexican.
It only pertains to Mexicans. Like you say that to a Dominican's like, yeah, we don't say that. we don't say it. Freeman, yeah, we don't say that. That's more of the Mexicans. Okay.
Right.
Okay. But Dominicans taught me if you want to say something else to them, you say mi hermano de otra madre.
Right.
Mi hermano de otra madre. My brother from another mother.
Hermano
De madre.
de madre.
Yeah. No, so it's like it. Mi hermano de otra madre.
Okay.
My brother from another mother. And they rock heavy with that. Yes.
Get your roll call.
Man, only got like the sisters on. It sounded like there was somebody else online too.
It sounded like could be wrong, but it sounded like the college guy named Marcel.
Okay, but then don't say it. Well, as long as we got man, and that's Michael Lott's real. I don't even know I forgot her name. Michael Lott. Just put if you got a tennis sheet, put Michael Lott's real, and then put young man Charles.
That was real on it too?
Huh?
Yes.
No, Michael Lott's real.
No, you said put your man Charles in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, his name Charles.
Yeah.
We had a brother named.
Yeah. We had a brother named Charles.
Oh, okay. But that's Michael Lott's, no, Mashiala.
Yeah.
Mashiala.
Yeah.
Officer Mashiala's name.
That's the same thing.
It's like kind of.
Yeah. So.
You heard about the enzymes for the cheese in Lay's?
No, I have not.
They say they actually use it's not considered kosher.
Okay.
Because they use enzymes from pig stomachs.
Okay.
To culture the cheese quicker.
Really?
So all Frito-Lay with cheese in it, they all will tell you, it would say it would say enzymes. And those, yeah. For the cheese cultures, it says cheese culture, salt, enzymes. And those enzymes are actually from the pig's stomach to make the cheese culture faster.
Okay, all right. So then, what we'll have to do before we like make that official,
Right.
because I know there has been like a debate.
Okay.
There has been a debate about that.
Come.
I gotta give with Officer a bun in New York.
Okay.
Because he's real good at research. He knows those things, so I can ask him. I can ask him to make sure.
Right.
He said like the enzymes.
Right.
For Frito-Lay, okay.
Yeah, I was the type to, lean on the safe side, so I cut it out, and then the wife confirmed it and things, so I was like, okay, cool, I'm glad we did that. And the same with the fringes. I actually just stopped wearing all those shirts. I told the wife, like, take them off my shirts. Take them off, because I got them on all my work shirts.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I'll wear that to work instead. I know I'm not painting or anything right now, so I'm not gonna destroy the shirt that I don't have on or whatever, but it's whatever. Like, before, and that's why I like the whole 90 days thing, like shake that shit off.